Good morning. It's Thursday, chair yoga day. So we are continuing our practice this week, focusing on possibilities, opening up the heart center, and considering what is different or what can be different than it has been in the past. So join me at the chair. So find your easy pose. Hopefully you have picked a chair that is plenty sturdy. I like to use this dining room chair because I like it, how firm it is, but some people prefer to use folding chairs. And the nice thing about folding chairs is they're pretty versatile. Just make sure that it can't slide while you're sitting on it. So let's start off by sitting back in the chair, pressing our back against the back of our chair. Draw our shoulders down. So see how they're up? Just draw them down. Move your head backwards so that it is in the same plane as your back body. And then just start to breathe in and out of your nose. As you breathe in and out, focus on drawing your breath through your nose and exhaling out of your nose. Draw the crown of your head nice and tall to the ceiling. And create as much space as you can between your shoulders and your ears. Inhale again. And exhale. Draw your attention to the heart. Seeing the heart chakra in the color of green. This is the chakra out of which we reach out to others, form connections, form relationships. The heart is where we find, excuse me, our passions, where we find our sense of hope, and perhaps excitement for our future. So yesterday was kind of a rough day in the United States of America. And we are reminded that sometimes we have to go through periods of discomfort to find our way to the other side and find our way into the good things. So let's focus on an air of positivity, that the growing pains that we are currently experiencing will mean on the other side, that perhaps we have greater hope for the future of our country. That perhaps as individuals, we will take charge of how we show up, how we live in our society, what expectations we establish for ourselves and for others. And that with this change, that we may change, that we may transform. And that problems that we may be currently facing will have new solutions, new resolutions. Take another nice deep inhale. And fully exhale. And let's move forward on our chair, making sure that our sits bones are in firm contact with the chair. Sit up nice and tall, keeping your hands on your knees. Let's inhale our hands out and up, and exhale them out and down. Inhale out and up. Exhale out and down. And then inhale out and up. And then exhale your hands out and down. Let's focus on opening up the heart center. So place your hands on top of your thighs or your knees, wherever is comfortable. And then inhale as we move into cow. Draw your heart center forward. Draw your shoulders down. Float your sits bones back. Perhaps open up the throat. Exhale. Reverse that into cat. Draw your back towards the back of the chair, curling it backwards. Rolling the shoulders down, moving your pelvis full forward. Inhale, reversing that, drawing the heart center through, drawing the shoulders down, floating your sits bones back. And then exhale, drawing your back in the opposite direction. Pulling the back towards the back of the chair, rounding the shoulders, tilting the tailbone. Inhale, forward. Drawing your heart center through, drawing your shoulders down, floating your sits bones back. And then exhale, reverse that order. And then inhale, sit up nice and tall, lifting up the heart, lifting up the crown of the head. Feel what that does for your posture. Feel the engagement of all of the muscles from between your shoulder blades all the way down as they help you to hold this beautiful straight up and down posture. And here's what I'm aiming for. This is what I wish for you. To have a nice, tall posture. Let's do some Artichadrasana, opening up our side waist. So placing our left hand on the chair. Bring our right hand out to the side, up alongside our ears, and curl over to the right or to the left. Opening up the right side body. And then rotate the heart center up, drawing the left shoulder back to do that so that you can shine your heart center up. Take another inhale. And then exhale, float that hand down. Exhale, take your left hand out and up alongside your ear. And then curl to the right. Rotating your heart center up, drawing your left shoulder back. One more inhale, and then exhale, float your hands down. And let's inhale into cow again. Exhaling back into cat. Inhale up into cow. Then take your hands behind you. Perhaps grab the back of your chair behind you. Lift up your heart center. Draw the shoulders back and down and lift up as high as you can. Widening those collarbones, exposing the neck by opening up the throat. And then exhale, release it all. And then let's practice a little exercise of just drawing the shoulder blades together on the spine, which is going to widen your chest muscles as wide as you can. But I just want you to feel the engagement of those muscles on your shoulder blades as you draw them together. So take a nice inhale. Exhale fully. And then inhale. Draw your shoulders back as far as you can, drawing those shoulder blades together as if you are pinching a pencil in between them. Feel the engagement of the muscles across the back of the shoulder, in the middle of the shoulder. Just feel that. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, release. Feel what happens when you release all those shoulders across the top of the back. Inhale, draw them together again. And then exhale, release them. And then let's inhale them again. Drawing them together as if you're pinching a pencil in between. And then exhale, release. Now let's try the opposite. Let's try hugging up the body and drawing them as far apart as we can. So inhale, and then exhale, draw your shoulders forward, widening the space across your shoulder blades. And then exhale, release. Inhale, reaching the shoulders forward, stretching out the space behind the back, and then exhale, release. And then one more inhale, widening the space, widening the back of the shoulders, and then exhale, release. Let's do a couple of shoulder rolls now that we have really exaggerated the use of those muscles on the back. And then let's exhale. Reverse the order, back to front. And feel that. Now, part of opening up the heart, opening up into the possibilities, expanding the breath in the upper spine, well, part of that is also focusing on our throat chakra. Our throat chakra is responsible for thyroid function, for perhaps pain we might have in our neck and shoulders, for communication, effective communication. So let's release that chakra by releasing the neck. So draw our shoulders down, draw the crown of our head up to the ceiling. Take a nice inhale. On your exhale, drop your chin to your chest. Inhale to the right. At the back, change it to an exhale to the left and down. Continue making circles at your pace, inhaling to the right and exhaling to the left. And if you feel any tension in the neck, a couple of things you might try. One, draw the shoulders down, and two, go at a slower pace if you need to. But when I feel crackling in the neck, it's usually because I haven't created enough space. And I used to avoid neck rolls for a long time and realized that a big problem that I had was that I brought my shoulders up while I was doing them. So we tend to bring our shoulders up when we have discomfort. Let's reverse the order, going to the left on the inhale. A lot of times when we are uncomfortable, when we are feeling tight, when we are feeling stuck, rather than telling our muscles to further relax, we tend to tighten them up, and it's a very unconscious act. So these neck rolls are wonderful practice to remind you to release those muscles down so that you don't have that crackle. I can do these wonderful neck rolls now that I used to not be able to do. Let's just do one more exhale to the right and down. And then on the inhale, we'll lift up our head. Feel how that feels having released the neck. Now let's do further neck release by placing our left hand on the chair and creating as much space as we can by drawing the shoulder down and then tilting our head to the right. So you may find that your head doesn't tilt a lot. Mine doesn't tilt a lot. Some people really get quite a tilt. So everybody's anatomy is different. How much they can open up is different. But what you are doing here, no matter what your anatomy says, is you are creating space between the shoulder and the ear, stretching out all of these muscles. And as adults, I bet we all have neck tension. Lift up the head, place your right hand on the chair, drop your right shoulder, and tilt your head to the left. Inhale, lift up the head. Let's clasp our hands in the back now. So before we were holding onto the chair, now we're going to hold on to just our hands, if that's available to you. If not, just do your best to draw them close together on your back. So clasp your hands together, straighten out your arms, and then draw your knuckles down to the chair and lift up the heart center again. So you're feeling that activation of your shoulder blades, but you're also really widening the collarbones. And it's almost like we're moving into a modified camel. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, draw the shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale, widen those collarbones. One more inhale. And then exhale, release. So we've really warmed up the upper body now. So let's start to move into some sun salutations. So inhale our hands up. And then exhale, swan dive over your thighs. Just stop at your thighs. Drop your hands to the bottom, drop your crown. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse that swan dive. Bring your hands out to the side. Strong and straight spine as you rise up. And then exhale, hands out to the side. Drop your torso over your legs. Drop your hands. Drop your crown. Inhale into a flat spine, pressing your hands against your shins. Draw the crown of your head forward as you draw your shoulders back and down. Exhaling down. Inhale, reverse that swan dive and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands out to the side, dropping your torso across your legs. Dropping your hands, dropping your crown. Placing your hands on your shin, draw your shoulders away as you draw the crown of your head forward. Exhale down. And then inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands down to heart center. So let's get out of the chair. Take our chair and turn it so that the seat portion is facing you. So my mat is large enough that I can have my entire chair on the mat. If you find that you don't have a long enough mat to do that, then I encourage the chair partly off the mat. The mat helps keep the chair stable because of its sticky quality. So standing in front of your chair, let's take a nice long Tadasana. Now, if you want to use the back of your chair for this portion, you certainly can. You aren't required to use the front of the chair if you need the height of the back of the chair for support. So that is your choice. If you find standing without the support of the chair, then I definitely, then I definitely recommend turning the chair around and holding it like this. But let's practice Tadasana. We can practice using the chair for Tadasana. So what I want you to do is draw the belly button in, draw the shoulders down, lift up your heart center, and create space for your tailbone to slightly tuck, to allow it to descend down. You're going to find that you still maintain the curve in your lower spine. You're going to find that you still have the natural curve in your upper spine. But what we are doing is using the anatomy of our back, using the musculature of the back to lift ourselves up. And when we draw the crown up, when we draw the heart up, the shoulders naturally just fall back down. And naturally, the belly button gets drawn in, strengthening all of these core muscles. So we can engage in daily strengthening without actually doing exercises that are specific to strengthening our core. And you'll notice by looking at me in the screen that I still have that curve in my lower back. We all have different anatomy. Men don't have as strong of a curve as women have, and some women don't have as, some women have a very strong lower back curve and some don't have as much of a strong curve. So everybody's anatomy is different. So that's why I want you to focus on what it feels like, because you can look at my image and compare it to yours and they may not look the same. But what is important is, do you see the engagement and how I move into this pose? So I'm going to turn my chair around now. And I'm going to encourage now that we take that before we head into our sun salutation. So turn our hands forward. And when we do that act of turning our hands forward, it automatically draws our shoulder blades onto our spine. Inhale our hands up. And then exhale. Let's swan dive forward. Place our hands on the chair. You can have a bend in your legs. but keep your spine straight and long as you dip your forehead to the chair as your forward fold. Inhale, straighten out your arms, draw the crown of your head forward as you draw your shoulders back. Exhale your head down and take your right foot back. And let's do high lunges. I have some users that don't have good knees, so high lunges are better for them. Place your hands on the chair, draw your shoulders down your spine, and lift up your heart center. Now, if you have bad knees and you need greater support, just turn your chair so that the back side of the chair is facing you. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale. Place your hands on the chair. Move both feet back together as we head into modified downward dog. So as I told you guys last week, don't push your hips way back in space. Instead, reach your hands forward and keep your hips stationary because it's first thing in the morning and we don't want to overstretch our facet joints of our spine. We don't want to overstretch our sacroiliac joints. If we create instability, we can create future injury and certainly near-term future discomfort. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, bring your right foot forward. Staying in that high lunge, inhale your heart center up as you draw your shoulders down. Take a nice inhale. And then exhale, bring left foot to join right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down, drawing your forehead to the chair. And then inhale, rise all the way up into Tadasana. Exhale, bringing hands to heart center. Take a nice inhale. Exhale our hands down. Inhale our hands out and up. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands to the chair, dropping your forehead. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take our left foot back. Inhale, rising up our heart center. Exhale, placing both hands on the chair and moving your feet back together as we set up for downward facing dog. Drawing our hands forward, creating a nice long spine. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, take your left foot forward. Inhale, rise up your heart center. And then exhale, bring right foot to join left. Inhale into a flat spine, exhale down, forehead to the chair. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale our hands down. Inhale our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands to the chair. Draw your forehead down. Inhale, rise up into a flat spine, drawing the shoulders away as you draw the crown of your head forward. Exhale, take our right foot back. And inhale, rising up, lifting up your heart center. Exhale, placing both hands on the chair. Move your left foot back to join your right. Moving into that modified downward dog, reaching our hands forward versus drawing our hips back in space. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, take our right foot forward. Inhale, lift up the heart center. And then exhale, bring left foot to join right. Inhale into that flat spine. Exhale, forehead to the chair. And then inhale, reverse swan dive all the way up to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale your hands down. Inhale your hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands to the chair. Drop your forehead. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take your left foot back. Inhale, rise up the heart center. Draw the shoulders down. Exhale, take left foot to join, or take right foot to join your left. Reach your hands forward on the chair in your modified downward dog. Inhale. Exhale, take your left foot forward, setting up to the next lunge. Inhale, rise up your heart center, draw your shoulders down. And then exhale, bring right foot to join left. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, draw up your forehead. And then inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale our hands down. Inhale our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the chair. Drop to the forehead. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale down and take our right foot back. This is our last set. Inhale our heart center up as we draw our shoulders down. Exhale. Take our left foot back to join our right. And reaching forward. Inhale, take our right foot forward. Or exhale. Inhale, lift up our heart center. Exhale, take left foot to join right. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhaling down. Inhale, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Exhale our hands down. Inhale our hands up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Hands to the chair. Drop your forehead. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, take our left foot back. And inhale, lift up our heart center. Exhale, take left foot. Take right foot to join left as we head up into downward facing dog. Inhale, and then exhale. Take our left foot forward. Inhale, rise up. And then exhale, right foot to join left. Inhale into a flat spine. Exhale, drop our forehead. And then inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. So, sometimes I make the mistake of losing my count in the middle of a sun salutation. So if I did that this morning, please forgive me. So sun salutations are a wonderful way to open up the body, even though we're doing chair yoga. So I like to include them in every routine that we have. So now we're going to use the chair, as we have in the past, to do some well-known standing poses, such as the warrior series. So sit down in your chair, and I've placed my box, as you see, to the right of my chair, because we're going to set up with warrior 1 to start, and then we're going to go into warrior 2, and then we're going to go into humble warrior. So we're going to duplicate a lot of the same poses that we do standing. So to go into warrior 1, I want you to place your foot to the right, bring your body facing your foot, take your left foot behind you, and keep your heel in contact with the floor. So what you see is the same kind of presentation that you would see of me in this pose if I were standing. And then what I want you to do, just as if you were standing, is focus on having your hip bones in the same direction as your heart center. You'll feel an opening of this psoas. Inhale, lift up your hands, and exhale, draw them down your back, lifting up the heart center, shining the heart center, maybe curling your upper back a little bit. Inhale. Exhale, draw the arm bones back, curl your upper spine. Inhale. Exhale, drop your shoulders. Inhale. And then exhale. Let's open up into warrior 2. That's a little trickier on the chair, but we still keep our foot in contact with the chair. Our right foot is to the right. Now, you may not be able to open up quite the way you do when you're standing on the floor, but still use those muscles. Use the muscles on the back of your leg to engage and encourage your right knee to travel towards the outside of your pinky toe. Open up your hands in warrior 2. Inhale. Exhale, look to the front in the same direction as your right foot and your right hand. Inhale. Exhale. Lift up your heart center on the next inhale. And on your exhale, draw your shoulder blades together and down. Take another inhale. And on the exhale, let's go into humble warrior. So in humble warrior, we're dropping our left hand down to our left knee, lifting up our right hand up to the ceiling, creating a nice long stretch of our side waist. Take another inhale. And then on your exhale, place your right arm on your right thigh. Lift up your left arm as we head into extended side angle. Draw your shoulders down your spine and then draw your left arm alongside your left ear and then rotate your shoulder backwards, just as if you were standing. Lift up out of the right shoulder as well, so that you're not crunching up your shoulders towards your ears. And then focus on spiraling your heart center up and maintaining this wonderful long stretch all along your left side of your body from your wrist all the way to your knee or to your ankle. Inhale. Exhale, rotate your shoulder back, rotating your heart center up. Inhale. Exhale, draw it back. One more inhale. And then exhale. Circle your left arm to the front and back up into warrior two. And then exhale, drop your hand. So now we're going to reverse that order. We're going to take our blocks, put them to the left side if you are using blocks like I am. I need them for the height. Or just turn your body that way. So place your left hand or your left foot to the left side of the chair. Take your right foot behind you and set up for warrior 1 feet. So how do we do this? Well, we still just descend our heel down to the floor and our left foot is stomped into the floor. So you want to have basically your shin right up against the chair. You want your calf muscle, you want your shin bone up and down. So you want to create as stable a base as you can. The chair is here to support you, but you really want to still have your feet in the same position as if you were standing on your own. Inhale your hands up. Focus on your sits bone or your hip bones being in the same direction as your chest. So if you need to adjust yourself on the chair, perhaps move a little bit to the right to make that possible, go ahead and do that. So inhale your heart up. Inhale your hands up. Exhale. Draw your arm bones back in alignment with your ears, curling your upper back slightly, drawing your shoulders down your back. Inhale. Exhale, draw them back, curling your upper back just a little bit. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's open up into warrior two. So you'll have to do a little bit of adjustment of your sits bones in the chair to make that possible. Use these muscles on the back of your left thigh to draw this knee back in alignment with your baby toes of that foot. Take a nice inhale and lift up the heart center. And then exhale, turn your head to the left in the same direction as your left toes and your left fingers. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, lift up the crown. Exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, drop your right hand down. Lift up your left hand to the ceiling. And then just curling backward. We are in peaceful warrior. Take a nice inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale. Take your forearm, place it on top of your left thigh. Lift your right hand up to the sky. And then on your exhale, draw your shoulder down your back and then draw it alongside your right ear. Take a nice inhale. And then on your exhale, lift up your heart center, rotating it and drawing your right shoulder slightly back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw it back. One more inhale. Exhale. And then an inhale, reach your hand forward, circle it up, rising up into warrior two. Take a nice inhale. Exhale, drop your hands, and let's move back into that forward pose again. So hopefully you feel a beautiful opening of the heart center and of the hips by having done that. So in my classes this week, I've also been introducing Gomukasana. We've done Gomukasana sitting before. It's a little bit trickier because we can't sit on the floor and stack our knees and draw our shins out to the front when we're sitting in a chair, but we can certainly cross our legs over. So take our right leg and just loosely cross it over the left leg, allowing it to fall. Now, if you want to engage the muscles a little bit more, you can point your toe if you want, or you can even do a half point where your foot is partly flexed and partly pointed. Then what I want you to do is lift your hands up overhead. Bend your right elbow, dropping your hand to the top of your upper back. And then take your left hand out to the side, turn it upside down, and bring the back of your hand against your back. If you want to clasp your hands, you certainly are welcome to do that. And what I want you to do is just focus on moving your head back against your right forearm, the inside of it, lifting up the heart center, lifting up the crown, engaging all of your core muscles as you have this beautiful shoulder opening. Now on the floor, this is also a wonderful hip stretcher on the outside of the hips. We don't have that benefit in the chair, but we are duplicating the pose in the chair. Take a nice inhale, and then exhale, gently unravel your arms and uncross your legs, and then take your left leg and cross it over the right. Same thing. If you want to engage the leg, go ahead and either point your toe or do a half point where your foot is partly flexed and partly pointed. Sit up nice and tall. Bring your hands up and overhead on your inhale. On your exhale, bend your left elbow, patting your upper back. Take your right hand out to the side and reverse it, turning your palm of your hand backwards. Bend your elbow, bringing your back of your hand up your back. Maybe you're able to clasp, maybe you're not. Just engaging in the action of doing this is opening up the shoulders and stretching out the backs of the arms. Move your head back so that it's resting against your forearm. Lift up the heart center, engage all the muscles of your core to keep you lifted, and inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, unravel everything down. Take our left foot off of our knee. And then let's inhale our heart center forward as we go into cow. Exhale into cat. Inhale into cow. And then exhale into cat. And then inhale, sit up nice and tall. Now let's sit back and do kind of like Janushirshasana, where we have head to knee, but we're not going to put our head to knee. What we are going to do is move our body to the left of the chair, take our right foot up if it's available to us, and place it against the inside of the left thigh. And just hold it in place there. And then, holding your foot in place, let's duplicate like we're doing Janushirshasana by drawing our heart center forward, which will draw our torso down to our left thigh. And just feel the wonderful, not only opening of the heart center when you lead with the heart, but this wonderful stretch along our back hip while we're doing that. Hold your right foot in place and continue that wonderful stretch. Draw your shoulders away from the ears as you move your heart center forward. We oftentimes just do pigeon when we're sitting in a chair, but it's good to think of different ways that you can use the chair in your yoga sequence to really strengthen and open up the body. And then inhale, rise up. And then we're going to take the other side. So find the position of your right leg. Move your body over to the left side of the chair. Take your left leg, bend out your knee. Place the inside of your foot against the inside of your right thigh. Hold your foot in place so that it doesn't slide away. Inhale, draw up your crown of your head as you allow your shoulders to fall back down. And then on your exhale, start to move your heart center forward as if you're going into head to knee pose. Continue to draw it forward, drawing the shoulder blades back and down. And you might find that you can really descend quite a bit depending on how open your chest is. One of the things or how open your hips are rather. One of the things I like about these poses, these one-legged poses like this, is you can get a really satisfying stretch along the top of your hip crest and your side body in ways that you can't when you have both feet stretched out in front of you. So I really enjoy these kinds of folds for that reason. Now I find my right side is always tighter than my left, so I'm not getting this major stretch on the left side that I got on the right, but on the right it felt really, really, really good. Oh. Inhale, rise up. Feels quite good. Now, let's do something kind of different. Let's move our body forward on the chair so that our sits bones are in contact with the chair. Straighten out our legs and have our heels on the floor, toes pointed up. For now, I recommend actually just keeping your hands on your thighs. And if you need to make a little bit more contact with the chair to make this work better for you, you can even hang on to the chair. But I'm going to encourage you to stretch out the backs of your legs by drawing your heart center forward with your toes pointed up and your heels in contact with the floor. If you need to bend your legs to do this, you certainly can do this. But what we're doing is a forward fold using the chair. So what I want for you to feel is a concentrated stretch on the back of your hamstrings. I do not want you to feel it in the lower spine. So if you feel in the lower spine, just lift up slightly with your heart center, drawing your shoulders back down before you continue to move the heart center forward. And again, focus on moving the heart center forward and not down to keep your back as straight as you can and to really concentrate the stretch on the back of your thighs, on your hamstrings. Inhale, lift up. And then move your feet back in place. And let's just take one final hip stretch. Place our left foot on the floor. Take our right ankle and cross it over the left. Initially, sit up nice and tall, allowing the space you create to allow the hips to start to open up in this seated pigeon. Inhale, draw the crown of your head up. Exhale, allow your shoulders to descend, creating space for that hip. Inhale. Exhale. Now this may be your pose, or you may want to go deeper into the stretch by drawing the heart center forward. So on the next inhale, if you want to join me, exhale, draw the heart center forward, bringing your shoulders back and down while you move your heart center forward. Let's take a collective inhale. Fully exhale. And then inhale, rise up. Place your right foot down on the floor. Take your left foot, Cross your left ankle over your right knee. Same thing, lift up the heart center on the inhale, lift up the crown on the inhale. And then exhale, draw the shoulders down and just allow space for this hip to start to open up. Inhale. Exhale. One more inhale. And then exhale, start to allow your heart to move forward, keeping your back straight, keeping your heart lifted. Feeling this beautiful stretch along the back of your hips. Take another inhale. Fully exhale. And then inhale, rise up. Exhale, drop your left foot. And let's sit back further in our chair now as we set up for our final meditation for the morning. Placing our hands on our thighs. Inhale our shoulders up and back down. And then move your body back against the back of your chair. If you want to head into our final meditative pose of the day by getting out of the chair and lying down, perhaps putting your knees up on the chair, your shins, perhaps having your legs up alongside the wall, that is certainly an option that you can take. So go ahead and close your eyes and start to slow down your breathing, breathing in your nose and out. Focus on drawing the heart rate down too. As you sit here or lay here, I want you to draw your attention to your eyes, and your forehead, and your face, and focus on just dropping your consciousness. Feel the weightlessness as you allow the muscles of your forehead to relax and smooth out. And continue that downward energy, moving that feeling into your neck, into your chin, into your shoulders. And then focus on your chest area and your ribs, allowing all those muscles to relax, feeling the physical descent of your limbs as you relax those muscles. Draw your attention next on your midsection, relaxing all those muscles, allowing the back to relax as well. And then next, focus your attention on your hips and your lower abdomen. Relax all those muscles, relax the hips, relax your legs into the chair. And then draw your attention to your upper thighs, the space above your knees, and relax all those muscles. And finally, draw your attention to your shins and your calf muscles. Relaxing all the muscles. Relaxing the ankles, relaxing the feet. And now just visualize some beautiful nature scene of your choosing. We're in winter, so you can choose beautiful field of snow, barren trees, Maybe a nice flat plain covered in snow. Maybe snow-capped mountains. Whatever you're choosing. Maybe you're choosing the beach and you're choosing to view the glistening sun on the ocean or the contrast of the sand against the water. Maybe you hear the ocean waves. Or maybe we are imagining springtime when everything is in bloom, the dawn of a new day. Whatever your visualization, put that firmly in your mind. Just focus on all those aspects of that visualization while you breathe gently in and out. Make your image in your mind as beautiful as you can. And then start to focus on positivity and the possibilities that come with the new year. Focus on how you'll be in that. How will you show up? Will you be a force of positivity or a voice of pessimism? Set your intention of what you want with your new year, how you want to be present, things that you might want to accomplish, relationships that you may want to groom. Continue to breathe in and breathe out, relaxing the brain, dropping your consciousness. Let's take another inhale collectively. And then on your exhale, start to flutter your eyes open if they've been closed. Take a moment to adjust to the lighting. Find a fixed point in front of you and focus on that, keeping your eyes at half mast or half gaze. I welcome you back. Inhale our hands up. Exhale our hands out and down. Inhale our hands out and up. Exhale our hands out and down. And then one more. Inhale, hands out and up. Exhale, bring them down to heart center. As you head into the rest of your day, perhaps the rest of your work week, I invite you to set an intention of positivity, set an intention that looks to the possibilities of this year, of your future. Take a nice inhale, fully exhale. The light in me sees the light in you. The yogi in me honors the yogi in you. Namaste. And inhale, go ahead and lift up. Exhale, drop your hand. Have a beautiful day.